So are you a 35 or a 50mm street photography shooter? Let's see it together. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thomas Love here from beautiful Vancouver, British Columbia, where in the past couple of weeks, give or take a day, we had the Vancouver Mural Fest. I'm gonna use the new paintings as a background to challenge my Leica Q2 with a 35 and a 50mm street photography shooting today. So let's stay tuned and see together what happens. The question is always the same: is 35 or 50mm the best focal length for street photography? And both motivations are very valid, because 50mm is fair and square what the eyes see, while if you need a bit more room around to understand where the action is happening, then you will go for 35mm. Leica took this even one step further, because on this Q2 we have a 28mm focal length, which I'm very used to. So let's see together how does it change to have a framing at 35 or at 50mm. I did a very challenge already. It was 28 versus 35, and if you missed that, find the link up here. But today we cannot have the exact same picture, because in order to have the 50mm and then the 35, I will have to go in the settings even with the quick button. There's no time to have the exact same picture, while I was able to do it with 28 versus 35 because the JPEG is resized while the original RAW file was still at 28. The initial idea was to have a shoot at 35 to have also more room and to see the background and where the action is happening, while I wanted to zoom in then and have the same background but more focused on people with 50mm. But that would not be a fair comparison, because it is exactly what it is: more focused and more close to your subject at 50mm, while 35 is a bit more distant. So I stepped back and I wanted to have a fair comparison, so I did street photography with both focal lengths. In this example we see the whole of this mural picture, while if you switch to 50 we can be even more focused on the action happening out there, which otherwise we would not be able to see. And then here, lightly stalking the subject, approaching to me at 50mm and then shooting them again at 35 when they are closer. And here we have a few pictures comparison from 35 to 50 or from 50 to 35, and please let me know which one is your preferred focal length. I am now so used to 28mm that I have to say, reframing with the frame lines, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, find the link up here so you will understand how this Q2 works with framing lines and different focal length. And also, one of you guys reminded me that having a RAW file at 28 and then cropping down to 35 or 50mm is not the same thing as shooting directly with that focal length, because if you use the framing lines at 35 or 50mm, then also the face recognition and the automatic white balancing is still applied inside those framing lines and not to the whole of the frame at 28. So you will have different end results when you're cropping in post versus the crop that the camera is offering just switching focal length. I'm not doing any shooting at 75mm here, because first, it's not the right focal length for street photography, but second, 35 is still a good resolution, 50mm it's still acceptable, 75 it's too much crop to me, so the resolution is not valid enough, given the starting point is 47 megs for the 28mm framing. Please let me know in the comment down here if you like the comparison, if you enjoyed the video and got any value out of it. Remember to like it, share it on your social media, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the new videos to come, and I guess I will see you later. Thank you. Bye.